Good Monday morning, July 13th, 2026. Getting ready to get started for the week. Hope y'all had a great weekend. You're looking at the simple market metrics right now. We're going to be looking between the simple market metrics and the Livewire today. So let me switch over to the Livewire and kind of see what's going on here. I looked at Forex Factory earlier this morning. There is no news today at all. There is some news tomorrow at 9:30, but today there is no news. This is a no news day. As we can already see this morning, back for at least a couple hours or so, not really much up down movement. 783 to 6, yeah, roughly just 120, 130 point movement over the last couple hours. So we'll see what happens when the market opens up here. We have red going down. Let me jump into this trade and just see what we do. Right off the bat this morning, we're 9 minutes in. Let me take a trade right there. We do have a green candle appearing on the simple market metrics. I'm going to get out of this trade and stop right there. We got the green candle. Let me show you this real quick on. Of course, as I say that, it turns back to red. But it was starting to do the little bit of a bounce. That's why we got out. So first trade in the books. The first trade, 57 points. Let's see if we can grab 10 points out of that real quick. And we did. Actually, it jumped out at 8 points. Interesting. So that was a quick little trade right there. All right, let's go back over to the Livewire. And we see our little 10-point trade. Actually, it was the 8-point trade, 8.5 trade. So it was. I'm not going to take many of those trades today. But I may tomorrow. Next day I trade, I may just simply trade simple market metrics again. It's been a while since I just strictly traded that for the 10 points and keep going. Does it look like we're in a range? It does. So we're going to look for a breakout of the range. I'm going to take that green candle. Let's see where we go with that green candle. We have upward movement in the lines. It's not now. It's on the green background is following it. We're above the yellow line on the Livewire. So we do not have any solid candles in yet. We're just basically trading this based upon the simple market metrics because it broke above the yellow line on the Livewire. Like I said, I'm using both charts to put in trades today. I'm not trading specifically either one. Let me switch back over to Livewire and show you where I got in. As soon as the candle crossed, started going above the line, I decided to jump in. We now have blue candles and we have a blue line. So the trade entry was based upon the simple market metrics, but we're going to stay into the trade for a little while based upon Livewire. If we see any considerable sideways movement, we're going to get out. I have my mouse over the close button on the trade. We'll see what this candle does. If it starts dropping down, we're going to get out of it. Starting to slow down. I'm getting out right there. And yes, it's continuing to go on, but like I said, I'm not trying to get the maximum out of any trade today. That was trade number 3. See the wick coming into here? And on the simple market metrics, we see a similar wick right there. Similar wick, tail at the bottom. So basically, it's a kind of a fat doji line above and below. That's why I got out of the trade. All right, back at the computer. Let's see if we get anything out of this upward movement. We're above the blue line on the live wire with blue candles. We have green upward movement on the chart. We have a red candle coming in. We've got a couple of black candles now showing up. Let me see if this could be a drop, just for the fun of it. Let's see what this does. If it stays green, we'll know something's happened. This may be a losing trade, but hey, it was just okay. What just happened there? I got out. Holy cow. There must be a major news event or something just happened that caused that to go like that. That was unreal. I was just going to try to take that doji. I just thought I'd play that doji down. That was about a 120-point drop. That was scary. That was trade number 4. Let's see if we can get a little push above this box. It's pushing up, and the live wire is pushing up. The simple market metrics is coming up as well. This may be after that major dump. This may be a retake. I'm going to get into it and see what happens here. We do have upper move, even though the blue candles have not kicked in yet. After that major downburst, a lot of times you'll see the market recover over the next few minutes. And that just happened at 10:16. So we're roughly 8 minutes out of that, and see if we got a rebuilding here. We're continuing to go up. Kind of shrink this up. So there's our explosive down right there. Up, up. Now we're going back up. If it starts to stall again, I'm going to get out. On the live wire, we're starting to see the black movement. I am going to go ahead and get out of that trade. I'm not going to wait for it to come back down. I'm kind of taking trades, gain as we see them today. So I'm trading a little bit differently than when I'm strictly trading live wire. I'm kind of combining the two. So I'm kind of combining strategies. Get in, get quick when I see candles going in the right movement, or if I see lines on the live wire lining up where I can take the trade that way. But by combining both, I'm taking more trades than I normally would take. We're now already on trade 5. And when there's a lot of sideways movement like we're seeing, up, down, as we've seen over the last few days, it makes it hard to get long runs. And money in the bank is a whole lot easier to get than trying to, what they say, a bird in the hand is better than 2 in the bush. So that's it's kind of the mindset. As we see, we're kind of going sideways a little bit now, not much upward movement. Taking a look at that last trade is that we had some sideways movement here. We see down here, the green is crossing over and it's coming up. So we got into here, and then we see the long wick here again, the fat doji. And we're going sideways. So that's what I get. That's what I was getting at, because on the simple market metrics, you've got to watch for this just shows definitely movement within that candle, 20 points movement in that candle. So that's why I got out of it. Like I said, I'm not trying to make major gains every time. We got these lines turning down. This could drop. It's going up on the live wire, but yet we have red lines going down. Like I said, not everything matches up every time, but we trade what we see in the moment. We can't guess ahead. We can't guess behind. We trade what we see in the moment. After that last trade, I decided to go get a snack. We're going to be ending trading here pretty soon anyway. We do have a little upward movement here coming in. Maybe I'll take one last trade. So we got a blue coming up and touching. We don't have a lot of, well, now it's moving. Let me just see. Let's see how we can end the day here. Maybe see a little bit of a push on this candle, and then we'll get in. Going up. Hey, let's just see what we can do. This will be the last trade of the day. Simple market metrics has gone green as well. Blue, blue, green. Continuing to go up. The ATR is down to 24, so still on good range for move. This would be my last trade of the day. It'd be a gamble trade. We'll see what we get. We're technically rolling the dice on this trade. But it's 11 o'clock and I am going to close it out. We'll look back over our trades today. This is trade number 6. It's continuing to go. We'll just ride it here for a little bit. Stop, and I'm going to stop right there, just right there to stop. All right, let's recap our trading today on the simple market metrics. Here's trade number 6. Got in just as it changed colors, folded up, and it's going sideways now. So perfect time to get out. Trade number 5 was caught in the middle of this range here. And this is our explosive. Trade number 4 was the crazy trade. Got in here because of the doji. I thought, well, it's been going up, going sideways. It may drop. It doesn't do that every time. It did the same thing here, the same thing here, comes up, and then maybe takes a drop. Well, that drop hit here. That was a 1-minute drop. So at 10:15, then all of a sudden, this next candle that we got on in was at 10:16. And look, it went for 10:16 all the way down. That was all 1 minute's run right there. From there to there was 1 minute. And it dropped 126 points. Obviously, the news drove that. Trade number 3. There we go. Trade number 2. This was our 10-pointer. Wound up being 8.5 points, but that was our take 10 points, get in. That was a Justin special there, 10 points. And our first trade of the day. Got in here and wrote it down to there. All right, we're going to go to the Livewire and go from old to new. My first trade of the morning, we got in here after the yellow line had cleared, and we stayed down here because of the sideways movement. Would have gotten out right 3 or 4, just a few candles later because the box went up. But that was our first trade. And this is our 10-pointer trade right here that we took. This trade was based upon what we saw on the simple market metrics when we went from red to green, green to red. This is what we saw on the simple market metrics when we went from green to red. And just took that 10-pointer trade. And this is trade number 3. Line above, we saw the green on the simple market metrics chart, and we got in and rode it up to where we started seeing red candles on the simple market metrics. Trade 4, this is our explosive trade. That was a lucky trade there. I was just playing around. Then trade number 5, we saw the upward candle up at the line was definitely going high. The green was kicking. Even though the blue candles had not showed it up yet, we still got in. Because right here we saw sideways movement on the simple market metrics. It was green, but there was long wicks up both ends of the candles. And we got in here once the candle settled down and took that trade. That was trade number 5. And the last trade of the day, got in here, green candle, the blue was lifting up. Once the candle cleared, we took the ride up and got out there right at 11 o'clock, actually 11:01, roughly. Yeah, 11 o'clock is when we got out of that trade right there. So 6 trades, positive trades, 366.25 points for a total of $732.50, trading 1 micro NASDAQ future contract. If you do like Justin does, do 5 contracts, well, that would have been a whole lot more money. That would have been 700 times 5 would have been $3,500, roughly $3,600. In that, if you're trading the simple market metrics, Justin talks about with taking 5 micros. Anyway, thank you for watching today. Again, you have a great rest of the day. I'm not sure when I'll be trading again this week. We had a good start to the week. $732.50 to 366.25 points. We'll catch you on the next one.
Thank you all for watching our trading activity today. We plan on posting 2 or 3 videos a week to demonstrate the simple market metrics and the Livewire trading indicators. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. See you on the next video.